All right. Hello, Mississauga. I'm really excited about our guest today, Valitina, who is the owner and founder of Southwestern Bathhouse and Tea Room right here in Mississauga. And many of you may not even know that we actually have a banya here in Mississauga, and I may be pronouncing it incorrectly. And we're going to get to know what is the history behind banya and how did it all start. I heard about Russian spas about 4 or 5 years ago, and I came to this establishment, and it's very comfortable. There's a lot of detail, and the most important part is actually the spa. And Valitina will help us understand what is a banya, and we really want to get into where did this all originate. So Valitina, welcome to the Mississauga podcast.
Hi everybody. Okay, I'm going to answer all questions and let you know a little bit more about our traditional banya, which started many years ago, many ages ago in Russia and Finland. It's very, very similar. Finland banya and Russian banya. So basically in Russia, people in north, I mean Siberia, they're still using it on like a day base, because some of them still don't have a water inside, not hot water, not cold even water, and they use banya like we use shower every day. So in the middle of Russia, in Moscow, I think most popular was Sanduny, which they built, I think it was 19th century. It was first famous, like beautiful, very well done with marble. It's very it wasn't expensive, but it was done by a very rich family. So
was it open for everyone?
It was open for everyone. And
was it free at that time as well?
Maybe it was costs a little bit, but not too much. But in Moscow, it was a lot of places like that. It was smaller, bigger, more beautiful, less beautiful. But people use it basically every day, every week. Just come over and do steaming. It was, as I said, how we do showers every day. Yeah, because people didn't have bathtubs home, showers home. They didn't have anything. But it's really old tradition, because it's really healthy things, especially if you do it right, and people are always using like hot and cold things. When you go in sauna, you warm up, you steaming, your body heated by a certain level, and lots of time people jump in the snow if you're living
I've seen that.
If you're living in that part of Russia where there's lots of snow or cold water. So
I'm just gonna just cut you there, just to interrupt a little bit, Valitina. So this was something that's always been part of Russian history, part of the culture.
Part of culture.
So people back then in the days would actually go outside of the house, like a wooden shed and steam themselves.
Yeah.
And you said there was one very popular one right in the middle of Moscow. Correct?
Yeah, it was in Moscow. Like in small villages and small towns, even now in Siberia, basically every single house has a banya at the backyard.
What does banya mean?
Banya, it means it's a small wood building, small like a shed, not big one, with heated inside.
Yes.
They make brick stove. Right. They heat it with wood, okay, and benches inside. They make a really hot room. You're steaming, and of course you're using water later. You wash yourself, you jump in the snow. So it's same like in Finland. In Finland, they have more saunas than people.
Really? I didn't know that.
Honest, my God.
Wow.
Because every house, every cottage has banya, has a sauna at the backyard. Every single cottage. And in Helsinki, thousands of them. 2000. It's a big part of culture. So it's very, very similar. It's we've been in Helsinki and we visit few saunas. It's same stove, same type of how it works, wooden.
Do they call it something else in Finland? Do they have a different name? Like in Russia, it's called a banya.
It's banya. Yeah, they call it sauna. Yeah,
So
probably they have their own language. There's probably some name for it, but
Right.
basically it's banya or sauna. You know, in Russia that's banya. But in big cities like Moscow, St. Petersburg, Moscow, people build it for public because they didn't have water inside of the houses, you know, and the buildings. They build it for public, you know, and most popular and most fancy was Saint-Denis.
Saint-Denis.
Saint-Denis, it calls Saint-Denis. It's still existing, but of course they rebuilt it. They did a lots of renovation. But I think they done it in 19th century. I don't remember what year. It was a rich family. I remember it was a woman. What's her name? I have to look at history. You know, and it's still popular. But now it's very, very expensive. You know, but. In Moscow and in other big cities, thousands of sauna. And you know, after
as a child yourself, did you also go to
you know, in my
when
as
you were
child,
young, as a child,
my
your
mom,
family?
for example, we live in we didn't live in big building. We live in just house, just regular house. We didn't have water inside for till probably 1982. We didn't have water inside. We didn't have washroom. We didn't have, of course,
like toilet,
bathroom,
showering, bath.
Nothing.
Wow.
So of course everybody using sauna, public saunas. Yeah, and I remember, my mom, you know, my family, every Saturday or every Friday, once a week we go. When I lived till 10 years old, I lived in a village, and we have it in our backyard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we did. So all my life it was this.
And who built that one in the backyard?
My dad.
Your dad?
Yeah, my dad. So when we moved, but when I get married, you know, we moved to south of Russia. So in south of Russia, banya is not popular. Russia is a huge country. You know, one part, you know, north parts, it's very popular. You know, in south because there's almost no winter. You know, people.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's almost tropical, you know.
Really?
Yeah. Sochi is almost subtropic.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Wow. In our part where we lived, it's quite warm. So winter couple months. So people didn't know what does mean sauna. You know, they don't use it at all. Yeah.
Was that a challenge for you? Like
it's not really a challenge, but you know, it was beginning of 19th stove. We have everything inside. You know, we have washroom, we have we have bath, we have shower, everything inside. It wasn't a problem at all. But when we came here.
And we're going to get to that. So before you jump in, so basically as a child, your dad built a family sauna. You enjoyed it with your family. You were living in the north. Then you moved to the south of Russia, where you had basic, commodities like, you had running water, you had sink.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you also had mentioned that in the center town of Moscow, there's a very popular. That was built by one of the royal families, I think you said, or the prince.
It wasn't royal, but it just was a rich family.
It was a rich family, and to this day it's still there, but it's very expensive.
It's still there, yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, for a while, you know, I think after. For a while it wasn't popular, you know. I mean, after war and during the war, these places people use just for everything. I mean, for. Washing themselves for toilet for their wash your clothes. Because it's only place where you can get hot water and get warm, you know, and they use it for everything. For your usual day base, you know, what you need to your needs every day. And I think after 90s, you know, beginning of after 90s probably when we left. So it became very popular as health clubs.
Yes.
Yeah. Because.
So was this in the south when you saw?
No, it was middle of Russia and north of Russia.
Got it.
South still don't.
Still subtropical. Got it.
They still don't use it.
Okay.
and now it's very popular. And before it was just big places for public. Many of them, it costs almost nothing. It costs not too much. Everybody can afford it.
So back in Russia, like you said, a lot of families would have their own backyard saunas. Now, if you go visit, Russia, do they have, like you said, they're like health clubs now? Are they bigger, beautiful banyas now?
Yes, some of them just small one, just for appointments, for a small one, because now it's very popular and people start build it. I mean, this is commercials, it's public, but some of them just for by appointments, just okay, between 2 and 6. One family, between 6 and 10 another family. They just book it for hours.
So was it family? Like, was it women only, men only,
different
families?
Yeah, it can be different, like how we work. But most of Russian saunas, they base like men's day and women's day. Some days are family days. It means whole family can come over. And we keep the same thing here.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't separate it like a 3 women day or for men's day, one men's day, one ladies day, and the rest of it, because lots of people, they like to spend time together, families,
Absolutely.
With
it's
kids.
important.
And I know lots of Canadian spas, like for example Scandinavia, it's a little bit different. They have saunas, but
That's right.
It's a little bit different. It's absolutely different concept of what you're doing there.
And we'll get into that as well too. So
they're not allowed kids.
that's right.
But we allowed kids
It's
because
open.
because in the Russian culture, families, parents bring kids very small age. I always think to my customers, okay, maybe not less than 5 years old, because it's quite hard, they can be scared. But in Russia, family, they can start. My daughter in Texas, they build a small sauna in the backyard now in Texas. Can you?
Wow, it's already hot in Texas.
But they love it. Her husband and her, and even her husband, he's American, and they build a small sauna, wood burning sauna, and son 6 years old, daughter 2.5, love it.
And we're going to talk about the benefits also, Valentina, as well. So here you are, you moved from northern to southern Russia, subtropical house, you have running water, everything is good. At what time when did you decide as a family to move to Canada? How did that happen?
We moved here in 1997.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just for better life?
Just for better life, because it was absolutely crazy in Russia at that time. 90s, all 90s was absolutely crazy. Lots of crime, lots of mafia, it just wasn't safe. Okay. It wasn't safe at all, and just because of kids. My kids was 7 and 2. We just decided, because that time, it calls, I think, it calls, I don't remember that program, the immigration.
Okay.
It was easy. It was quite easy, as long you're certain age, you have
certain like a point system.
Point
system.
System.
Qualifications.
Professional immigration.
Right, professional. Yes.
And as soon we get know, this program, we just we did it. It was quite easier.
Now,
just for better life,
Just to go back, did you go to school in Russia as well too, or were you working?
I was home wife, just stay home with kids, because I was teacher in my previous life, but in 90s we get paid nothing. Lots of people working for nothing.
Really?
Government doesn't have money to pay people, and what I made teaching in school, it was absolutely nothing. It wasn't worth to even work. I stayed home.
Wow.
My husband, he had a business. We had a business, sausage business. It was very, very successful. It was another thing to make move, because when you do very good, successful business, one day, sooner or later, mafia get onto you and they just take business from you.
Really?
Yeah, it was quite dangerous. So, but at least we work few years and we get some money to move, and we move here. So it was a very difficult decision I mean, it was.
And this was in
1997.
1997.
Yeah, yeah.
Got it.
It was hard for first time. Yeah, because
new culture. I mean, Canada, speaking English.
I didn't speak English at all. My husband just a little bit, and I start to work almost immediately. Like few months later, I started as a waitress. My husband worked on the construction site for 5 years, and after he finished school, it was a long story and quite tough. But we never complained. We just did what we had to do, like all immigration, and I was always happy in Canada, always happy.
So you moved here in 1997. So 5 years later, so around 2003, 2004, you were working in the restaurants. Your husband was doing construction. For the next 4 or 5 years.
After 5 years working, I think 4 years I worked as a waitress, and I was studying real estate.
Oh.
And after I started working in real estate, so I work in real estate for 13 years.
Are you still doing that as well?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I gave up just 3 years ago.
Got it.
Yeah, because it's very hard to do two businesses.
It is.
Yeah, we even opened this business. I just decided I give up because you have to do one thing. If you're doing one thing, you're doing it good. If you're doing 2 things, it's not good. Not another one. So, and I really love this business.
So when did you decide it, like as a family? Okay.
How it's happened when we came over, because in Russia we had our own business. My husband had a sausage business. We would like to open something right away, but again, when you don't know how it's going, how it's working here, where to start from, you have no idea how it works. You have no idea. You have 2 small children. Yeah, we talked with few people, and we decided, we can't do too much before our kids grow up a little bit, because we just realized if you open business, it's going to be 24/7, and you won't see your kids, or your kids are going to live with you in your business.
That's
no matter
right.
what,
That's right, yeah.
And I took one man, they had a successful pizzeria, and he asked me, first question was, do you have somebody who can help you here? Like a mother or father, a grandmother.
Was he also part of the Russian community at that time?
No. We moved to Mississauga. We didn't live in the Russian community too much, because the reason why we moved from Russian community, we lived there only 7 months, because I understood, I got nothing from there. I got no English, nothing, because you're not among the local people. And we moved to Mississauga. I had nobody who speaks Russian around, and my English just go fast. So, and kids start school, everything. And then we just decided we have to wait because my husband, he even didn't want to do like tracker work, because he said otherwise I won't see my kids, how they growing, And he still was working in construction. I was working as real estate, and we start thinking what kind of business what we're going to do. We were thinking about sausages business, but when we start digging more deeply, how it works, how much money it's going to cost, we decided we can't afford it. It's too expensive. I mean, equipment, rent, everything. And we start thinking what else we can do. And my husband, he said, why we don't try the sauna business, body business?
And what did you think? Like, did you think he was crazy, or were you like,
I support, because what we just did some research, because that time, so we opened 2012 we opened, and a couple of years ago we just did research and look how many saunas in GTA and how it works, how busy they are, and we just decided it's not enough.
Valentina, back then there was no internet, so there was no way to look up and find information. So how did you do the research? Was it yellow pages, or like how were you?
But with Russian sauna it was easy.
I see. Got it. Word of mouth.
Exactly.
Just know.
Okay. When we just came over in 1997, we visited one sauna in Toronto. Now they don't exist. It calls Saint-Denis again. They take a name from the Moscow sauna. And I even remember the price. It was $18. Can you believe it was $18 and it was quite expensive. So we knew about that sauna. We knew another couple of saunas. We just visit all of them.
Yeah.
We visit that time I think
Scandinavian, Blue Mountain, Blue
yeah,
Mountain, right?
We just visit all of them, and we decided why we don't try, because it's not that many, and I think it's very new for Canadian. You know, we never thought, oh, it's going to be only Russian people, because our idea was bring it into Canadian community, you know. I mean, Canadian, like everybody, you
open
know,
to all,
open to all, any nationalities, any people who has it in their background, in their culture. Maybe they like it, but even people who don't know what does mean, they will know. This was an idea, and so we started.
Was it an easy decision? Okay, we are going to do this.
But you know, it was easy decision. You know, we just decided, and you know, for my family, it's most important just make a decision. When we make decision together, we just go and nothing. You know, we never look back.
That's right.
Never look back. You know, we just do it. It was a little bit problem to get the spot.
Okay.
I mean,
so what were the challenges in the beginning when you think?
You know, a challenge was very simple challenge, because Canadian people, they have no idea what does mean Russian sauna, and what they call bathhouse, meaning totally different.
Oh, what do you mean? Because I don't even know. So,
you don't, because in downtown Toronto, they have couple houses, like, this is for gay house.
I see.
This kind.
Yeah.
And it's a totally different meaning for them.
Right.
They had no idea what does mean Russian sauna, or when I said bathhouse, because I was a real estate agent,
right.
And when I go to talk to real estate agent from another side, because I need the building,
right?
You know, as soon as I pronounce bathhouse, they say, oh, no, my landlord not interested. They always think it's something.
Oh, so something negative, something like sexual or something.
Something.
I see. That's okay. I see what you're saying.
Something, some sleazy house or something.
Sleazy house,
sleazy house. And I said, oh my God, what is going on? Why they don't trust me?
Yeah.
And I stopped calling it bathhouses. But anyway, when they try to explain them what kind of business we're going to build in the unit, they just, oh no, nobody wants to even you know,
right,
touch it,
even do anything with it.
No, they just know. And I said, can I talk to landlord? No, my landlord, he's not interested. That's it. It was like talking to the wall, absolutely talking. You know, it was a very big frustration for me. But I was lucky. I had one deal with his name, I think, Paul McGregor. Unit upstairs in this building. I had one deal with him. I rent out to my clients, just office, you know. And when we found this unit for rent in this building, I called him and I said, Paul, can I talk to you personal? So we make appointment. I talked to him, and he remembers me. He said, okay, you rent out the building upstairs, you know. And all units in this building, it was his units, because he knows landlord, he worked for him, you know. Was his
so he was the main person. He was a contact person.
His listing agent. And I said, listen, can you talk to your landlord? And I give you 100% guarantee it won't be something that's what you don't expect.
Exactly.
Anyway. It's going to be a nice, healthy, proper business, and you can watch me on the building process, you know, construction process, and you'll see it's nothing. I bring the project, the blueprint, everything, and only because of Paul we get this unit. Thank God. You know, I really was thankful to get. Yeah, he said, okay, it's my responsibility. Please don't let me down. Yeah. So that's how we get this unit.
Wow. So basically, you know, after you moved here first 5 years was a struggle, and you were thinking of, okay, should we get into the sausage business? And then you realized it costed too much. And then as a decision, as a family, you said, you know what, let's try the spa.
But it wasn't after 5 years, it was after 15 years.
Oh, 15 years.
Yes.
Oh, 15 years. Okay, because you opened up in 2012,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, opened in 2012, yeah.
And
so
you
by that time, my kids grow up.
That's right.
And yeah, my older, she was in university, and my youngest, she was in high school.
Okay.
And that time, I said, okay, now it's time to do something because they can help. Yeah. They grow up, and they really help. And everything what done here, it was done by my family. Wow. I mean, my husband, me, and my 2 daughters.
So we're in 2022. So 10 years anniversary is coming up. Isn't it? Right?
It was, yeah.
It was
January 1st.
Oh, January 1st.
Yeah.
Okay, so January 1st, 2012, you open up this business.
We open up this business.
How did you come up with the name
Southwestern?
Southwestern, yes.
It's just a location. It's kind of southwestern.
Okay.
Yeah, southwest.
And were you nervous when the business opened that you were only going to have just a Russian clientele, like the community?
Of course, it was big risk. Of course, it was big risk, but we just decided. We open it, it go well or it doesn't go well, just we take a chance, It was hard, but again, we try to involve everybody. We try to... because first of all, we did our website in English, only English, because I didn't want to be orientated only on Russian public, because we live in Canada. I said it's not right.
That's right.
It's not right, because if we concentrate on Russian community, it's not right. We have to bring everybody. Okay, we have to introduce our business, our culture, and we will see what happens. So, and this is how we start. And it was like a snowball. It just was running like snowball. First thing, it was article in Mississauga News. They just come over by themselves. They said it's new business, article in Mississauga News. And second thing, it was this article in this magazine, Saveur, you see?
Saveur, right? Is that like a French magazine, or?
It's it's everywhere. They do it in I think in New York.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But you can find it everywhere, and somehow they found us. I don't know. The lady, she just called me and she said, but this magazine about food only. They only about food only, because we start doing it. And she called me, she said, I'm here in Toronto, can I come over and do interview with you, blah, 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 about food. She come over here. I don't remember her name. It was 10 years ago. So, and she did the article in this magazine, and after just couple of weeks later, Toronto Star called me.
Wow! I was excited.
I was absolutely shocked, because we didn't have money for advertising. And Toronto Star, it cost about $5,000-6,000, and we just didn't have. We didn't have money for anything, and just that. After 2 years building it, not 2 years, 9 months we built it. So, and Toronto Star, they said, oh guys, how come New York magazine knows about you and we don't know about you? I said, it's not my fault, guys, just come over. And they come over and they make a huge article in Toronto Star. And after, it just was like snowball. It was Wise, it was global.
So all the local independent, Toronto Star, Toronto Sun, all of them.
We've been in Food Network channel. Some of them was about food, some of them was, it was like that. It just, and it was great. Yeah, so 1 year we were a little bit struggled, because it was most of Russian people, and start from second year 2013. It was I realized it will be successful business, and every year we have more and more and more people, and now I would say we have maybe 10 or 15% Russians. I mean Russian speaking. Most of our clients, it's English speaking.
So international, like
International,
just like
international.
people other than Russian.
You can name Finnish, Japanese, Chinese,
Indian,
everybody.
Wow.
And I'm so happy so many people, and of course we get beautiful reviews, best reviews, and people just love it, and it give you drive, it give you excitement, it give you power to work harder, and I just love it. I just love this vibe when people thank you for everything, and of course they start to understand the benefits, because it's totally different.
And we're going to get into that as well too. So in 2012, January 1st, you opened the business. 2 years later, local international magazines, Toronto Star, start advertising business, where it was slow, but then suddenly once the advertisement happened, it
grow up.
Snowball effect. And since then, it kept you motivated, because you now know that you have a good business and it's actually helping people. So if, as I'm looking around here, I remember when I was here about 4 or 5 years ago, there's so much. It's like I'm coming to a home. It's very comfortable. I see different tea glass. I don't know if you look at this vase here, or like this wall here.
It's just Russian history.
It's just Russian history.
Russian
history. Yeah. So
and every item here, it's not fake. It's all real. It's all real. All these collections, it's all real. And
did you bring this from back home?
No. We buy everything from eBay for different sources. My husband, he just love, every pot, everything what we bought, it's all real. And when people ask me, I can tell about every single piece.
Oh, is that right? This is unbelievable. Yeah. So those listeners, like when you come here, it's like you're coming to a home and you feel so welcomed, and there's so much history as well. Like I don't know where to look. There's so much.
Yeah, what people are saying to me is, they said when we come over here, they feel like they get a piece of Russia, small piece, or some a grandma cottage.
That's right. Grandmother cottage. That's exactly how it feels like.
And when I understand, people love it. It just encouraged me to do better and better.
So since then, 10 years later, you celebrated your 10th anniversary. So congratulations.
Thank you.
So let's talk about what's inside. So you have two parts. So you have like a restaurant, I guess you can call it, or
it's just small cafeteria.
A small cafeteria, but it's all Russian food, right?
It's all Russian food.
And then the other part, the main part, is the spas.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the spa. So when those who do come here, what's inside,
Okay, inside, again, we try to do as much close to how it should be. So my husband, he built everything by himself. Even stove, huge stove, it's traditional Russian stove with wood.
The one in the big room, you mean?
In big room, big room. It's traditional Russian stove with wood burning.
It's hot in there.
So, and what the... so you just get in, it's dry, you just calm down, you relax, you just heating up, you can stay as long as you feel you okay, if you feel it's too much you just get out, get rest, but the biggest part, most important part, when people are steaming with oak leaves, you splash water on the rocks, it gives you steam,
right?
And people steaming with oak leaves or birch leaves.
So hold on. So are these oak leaves where they sort of hit you with the leaves? Yeah. Okay. What is that? Is that part of Russian culture? Can you explain that?
What does this mean? Basically, you don't do it from beginning. You have to prepare yourself. You do it many circles. Like you get inside one time, two times, three times, whatever. When right at the end, when you feel okay, you warm up enough, then you do steeping. So what does Venik steaming? Venik, we call it Venik, it's oak leaves or
Venik, right?
Yeah.
Venik steaming.
So, the guy or whoever, your friend or guy, we have a guy who does it professionally here. Basically what he does, he grab the steam, because steam goes on the top,
right?
It goes on. You grab the steam and apply on your body. It's not the...
so how does he grab the steam from
he
the
just
because it's in the air
and apply on your body. He doesn't have to hit you very strong.
Right.
No, it just apply on your body. So in this moment, you know, it can take maybe 2, 3, 5 minutes. You know, your back, your front, you warm up inside out. You really warm up inside out. You know, you really, and after that, you feel so hot. Your skin is so hot. You're so hot, and after you jump in cold water, this is the main thing. You know, on your health, because when you go from a really hot temperature to icy cold, you know, your body kind of restarted, refreshing, just restart like better. You know this oh my god, this service when you go like in cold camera, something like that. But they make it really cold, adds effect your body restarting, you know.
It's rejuvenating almost, right? So just to go back, Valentina, so when you were saying with the hitting of the leaves, so you said you have somebody professionally, so is this the same person who grabs the steam and puts it on your skin? Do they sort of smack you with those leaves?
Yeah, smack a little.
So what's the purpose of the smacking of the leaves? Like, what does that do?
Again, because leaves became very hot, you know, because they are not steam, you know, it's very hot. And every touch, you know, it's hot. But it's not burning you. Don't worry, it's never burning you, you know. So, because...
Do the nutrients of the leaves as well to maybe go into the skin?
Of course.
And what type of plant? Like, what is it?
Yeah, we use oak. Because oak, it's...
oak leaves.
Lots of things inside of the oak leaves, because you have to soak them before. It's not like dry leaves. You soak them in hot water, they became soft, and all oil and all naturals, all nutrients, everything from the oak leaves.
Do you buy them somewhere specialty, or is it just
we transfer them from Ukraine or from Russia.
Got it.
Yeah. They had a business that they make them, and we just buy them all.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
So, and it's really good for, because after steaming, when you get out from the steam room, you dry your skin. It's a little bit like you have a little bit oil on it, you know, and you jump in cold water. And this moment you feel, it's amazing. You have to try it. It's amazing. You feel like your newborn baby.
It is. I remember when I came in here, and you have to talk about your big bucket as well too.
Yeah. But big bucket is not that cold.
No, you're right.
You jump inside.
And the big room, I remember sitting in there, and it was just, you can feel the heat, the dry heat. And I guess it depends on everyone. Some people will stay there for 2 minutes. Some people will stay there for 10, 15 minutes. It's up to how you're feeling. You get outside, and please let us know, how did you come up with the idea with the big bucket? Whose idea was that? Because that's so cool. Like,
but usually we use another saunas. You know, you can you can buy it here, or you can buy it online. You know, it's kind of buckets, wood buckets, and you just pull the
chain. That's what you have,
and boom. You know, my husband did it a little bit different. You know, he just made it. It's the same scenario, same idea, but it's just a little bit different. And it's what Russian people use in Russia. You know, this is traditional thing. Venik. Splash water on the rocks, make the steam, and
it helps to detoxify as well, right? All the
stuff because you sweat a lot.
That's right.
What you need to do, drink water all the time. Drink water. That's why we provide tea, water, some herbal tea, lots of, and all things.
Impurities and then the cold actually helps to seal in all of the pores.
And what happened when you go inside of the sauna and steaming with Venik, you know, first of all, you warm up and your pores opening. When you're steaming with Venik, it's opening even more.
That's right.
And after, when you jump in cold water, it shrinks.
That's right. It closes the pores. That's right.
And your skin is very good for your skin, for tightness of skin.
Even for men as well too?
For everybody. People go with up, you know, with hat inside.
I noticed that as well too. There's like Russian hats you can buy.
We use the Russian hats.
Can you buy them, rent them, or
you can buy them?
Oh, okay.
Place, it's made of felt. So it's pure felt. They protect you from overheating, because when you're sitting in the steam room in this Russian mania, you're sitting, and of course your body lower than your head, and high level. Hottest, you know, it's hottest than this level, you know. And when you use hat, you just can you stay longer.
Really?
Yeah, it's protected from overheating. It's not that hot when you're using head. This is, or you can use basically anything natural. It can be cotton, but better wool. Some wool, but it's not necessarily exactly this hot, but it's just traditional Russian head. Yeah, and when people start to realize they feel better after sauna, of course, first time you can't stay more than 2 or 3 minutes. It seems to you, oh my god, it's so hard. But step by step, time to time, the more you use it, if you use it, let's say once a week or twice a week, every day is not good. It's not healthy. Like it's too much,
Right.
But every second day, every third day, even once a week, you used to it, and your body used to it. You can stand more longer period, and after you kind of hooked.
Yeah.
I can't live without sauna. To me, it's even home they have sauna.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, they
Wow.
really have, because to me it's once a week. I do it once or twice a week. It just restart my body.
And it's more of like this, you feel this, it's not only positive, but you feel like it's like a holistic, like a cleanse. It's like shutting down, relaxing.
Exactly, because when you're in sauna, you can't think about it. Yeah,
No.
I don't know. It's magic. It's magic. First of all, your body became like you can do nothing.
That's right.
You're melting.
Yeah.
You're just melting. Your muscles so relaxed, and you can't do nothing with it. It's natural. Your muscles so relaxed, and your brain relaxed. This is another way.
We shut down because
you shut down, and
Yeah.
when I get why sometimes I have so stressful week or something, and I know when I get inside, immediately I stop thinking about my problems. Immediately, I don't know how it works. You just shut down and you're melting.
You're present to
Yeah.
being in the room.
And that's it, and it saves you from big stress. At
Yeah.
least for a couple hours.
Yeah.
When you're here 3 hours, you don't think about nothing.
Yeah.
You just don't think, okay, when you get out, okay, your problems come back. But
No,
here,
yeah.
you're out. You're absolutely out. Your body,
Because you're not in the head anymore, right, Valentina? You're in your body now, so you're present to everything, right? You're like, okay.
Yeah. This is all purpose of sauna.
Yeah.
It's really mental health and your physical health.
So you have the big room, and then you have the water bucket. What are the other ones that you have also?
Yeah, we have cold plunge.
You have a cold
and
plunge?
another we have electric finish sauna.
Right,
we
I
call
saw
it
that
Finnish
one.
But what the difference between Russian and Finnish? In Finnish, it's only an hour finish because it's electric. It's hot but dry. Absolutely, you can't make a steam. In Russian, it can be dry till you make a steam. You splash water on the rocks and make a steam. And after it's dry again, when you're steaming, you splash water on the rocks, make a steam. In Finnish, it's only dry. Some people. Because how it affects you, it's totally different. Dry doesn't affect you that like in Russian, because when it's humid, hot and humid, if you have a heart problem, it's harder. It's harder.
Yeah.
People who have some heart problem or something, they using just dry.
Yeah.
It's too hard for them. Heatness inside of Russian, it's too hot. It seems too hot, feels too hot. Yeah, and we have a really good steam room. We call it hammam, but it's not
right.
Yeah, it's not a real hammam like Turkish hammam.
Right, that's right.
But we use steam generator. It's steaming, but again, it's hot. It's very good for like scrubbing.
Do you still offer those face?
We offer the scrubs.
The scrubs, and I remember I was here last time. You had like some creams that you could put on, or like clay.
It's clay, salt, honey, and herbals.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you still
we make it by ourselves.
So would you suggest like
You
you
just
put it on
scrub
first,
yourself.
or do you put it on afterwards? Or you put it in the steam room, or like
After this is right at the end when you steam, when you
because-
it's right. Yeah, your pores open.
Oh,
you
open
go to
up, yeah.
steam room. You just scrub yourself. You rinse and your skin like a baby skin.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really good.
Wow. So you got the sauna, you got the fin room. So is it just two of the? Do you have two?
Three.
Three. And what's the third one?
So Russian,
Yeah.
Finnish, and steam room.
Steam room.
Yeah,
Got it.
steam room like
Yeah.
steam. It's not-
Right.
Yeah.
And then, is there a process? Like, should somebody go into the dry sauna first, then do the cold, then
Not
go
really,
to thin?
not
Like,
really.
because a lot of
Whatever,
people
yeah.
don't know. Like, is it
Yeah.
just whatever you feel like doing?
Yeah, whatever what you feel. Because some people love steam room. They
Yeah.
don't like Russian, but most of them like Russian.
Yes.
Most, I would say 90%, yeah. But some people love just steam room or dry room,
Yeah.
They use whatever, all facilities, it's whatever what you feel. I just, always my suggestion, guys, just listen to your body. I can give you any
Advice,
and
really.
advice,
Yeah.
really, because everybody is different. You can stand 5 minutes, I can stay maybe 15 minutes.
That's right.
If your first time, you're totally different effect. So listen to your body. As soon as you don't feel comfortable, just get out, get drink, get like some water or tea.
And that's very
Or just,
important, right? Just to
yeah.
make sure you hydrate your body as well.
Oh,
To
yeah,
drink a
yeah.
lot of water.
Lots of
And you
water.
provide complimentary tea as well,
Yeah,
too,
yeah,
like
yeah.
black tea,
We have lots of tea.
Japanese
yeah,
tea,
yeah.
and I'm looking at a shelf of like 1, 2, 3,
Green
4,
tea,
5,
yeah.
6, 7, 8 different types of teas.
Yeah.
And that's very important because after you want to, and then you have these rooms, like they're sort of like either like it looks like a rest or like a restaurant room or like a family room where people can just come and sort of sit and relax.
Yeah, relax. And if you have like lounge room,
Right, the
can,
lounge room. That's right, the
you
lounge
can
room.
just lay down and relax. And why we come up with this food idea? Because because we don't have a time limit here for our customers. I know lots of saunas, especially in Europe and Russia, they make a time limit because it's good for business. I mean, you make more money.
Right.
Just simple.
Yeah.
You make like appointments.
Yeah.
You know how many people you get.
Got it.
But already I know how I feel about appointments. I know how
I don't
yeah.
like, yeah.
I don't like it at all, and every sauna, wherever we go, we always try to find sauna. But I know most of them buy time, and I hate it.
Yeah.
Really, I hate it because instead of relaxing, you have
Yeah,
to look.
you have to look at the time.
Yeah, you have to look at the time. Oh, how many minutes I
Yeah.
have. So we just reject this idea, and my husband, he said, no way. In my sauna, it won't be time. People just pay flat fee and they can stay as long as they want. They have to worry about nothing. Don't watch your time, nothing. If you would like to eat afterwards, because I know after sauna, if you spend a couple hours in the sauna, you're hungry. You're hungry. Better don't eat before because
That's
it's really hard to. It's heavy. You feel heavy. But after, if people would like to eat something, no problem.
And that's what you would recommend,
Yeah.
right, Valentina?
Yeah.
So what is your food cafeteria? What do you offer for our visitors who like to stay?
Most of we do everything by ourselves.
Yeah.
So it's all homemade.
It's
food.
all Russian food?
Most of it all Russian food. Only couple of dishes. We have beef bourguignon. We just tried in Europe once when we've been in I think it was Belgium or something.
Okay.
And my husband here really likes it. He said I would like.
So what is it called?
Beef bourguignon.
Oh, beef bourguignon.
It's
okay.
beef cooked for between 4 and 6 hours in a red wine.
Oh wow.
With spices and spices, onion, a little bit mushrooms, this. It's
Right.
really soft, yummy. Yeah. This is not Russian dish.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have couple dishes Russian Georgia, because my husband's childhood was in Georgia, so he loved Georgian food. It's really good. But Russian people use it too because they visit this country. Yeah, but rest it's just Russian food.
Russian
Yeah.
food. And what would you say is the most popular Russian
But
dish?
basically everything we make sourdough pancakes, which one you can find here. It's we make but pelmeni pierogi, of course.
Pierogies.
Yeah, pelmeni pierogi we don't.
Is pierogies Russian or is it Polish? I thought it was
No,
Polish.
it's Russian too.
Is
Yeah.
it really?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't
yeah.
know that. Oh wow.
Yeah, pierogi it's Russian, Ukrainian, Polish. Yeah, pelmeni it's Russian.
Okay.
It's pure Russian. It's from Siberia.
Got it.
Yeah, pelmeni it's dumplings with meat. Yeah, pierogi it can be mushrooms, it can be
Vegetables, meat,
vegetables,
right?
potatoes, what
Right.
we use with potatoes. So we make pickle plates,
Okay.
pickles for people. We make chicken stew. Chicken stew that's
Wow.
it's a Georgian dish. So sometimes we make pilaf, of course borscht, we make solanka, it's Russian traditional soups.
Wow.
Yeah, whatever
Whatever somebody wants to eat.
We can fry chicken. Sometimes my husband make homemade sausages because he was in sausage business.
Right.
Yeah,
that's right.
We fry homemade sausages. Chicken cutlets we make his own recipe. Actually, it's a really old Russian recipe. Really old Russian recipe. So lots of nice. Yeah, I make homemade cake.
Oh, is that right?
Every day,
I don't know.
So
the thing is, you left your company, you left your country to have a better life for yourself and your children. You open up your business January 1st, 2012. You just celebrated 10 years anniversary. Where are you going next? What is the next goal for you? Like,
next goal, it's already there. We just opened another sauna, second location in Richmond Hill.
Oh, congratulations!
Yeah,
is it bigger than this location?
It's 3 times bigger.
3 times bigger.
It's huge, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that place, it's half and half with our friends.
Okay.
We have our partners. And the idea was because we can be here and there at the same time. So their family are running it. And we opened December. Unfortunately, January, government shut us down. It was lockdown. But again, it's coming up, it's growing up. So beautiful place, absolutely gorgeous place.
So how many Russian saunas?
We had 2 Russian saunas.
And did your husband also then help create?
Oh yeah. It was all a project done by him. Everything, but of course we have electrical parts done by electrical
professionals.
But all decoration, interior decoration, it was all my husband. They opened December and they working.
So just December of last year, you mean?
Yeah, December 2021.
Oh, okay. So it's just been like 4 months.
Yeah,
then,
4
right?
months. Yeah, wow. January we didn't work, so now March just few months. Yeah,
that's right.
It's not bad. Lots of our clients visit already. So and we make it like same price. We have we're using like punch card system.
Okay.
People who is our regular customer, they can buy the card, which one is cheaper for 10 visits, and people can use it for this sauna and that sauna.
So they can go to either location.
Yeah, same. Either location. So
where's the furthest clients have come to experience this banya? Have you had people come from across Canada, different places of the U.S.?
We had people from Detroit.
Really? Wow.
Can you believe? We had, but now this year a little bit difficult.
That's right.
Because of COVID, and people from United States, from Buffalo, they can come over. We have a big group, people from Niagara Falls and from Buffalo.
Really?
Yeah, at least every second week they are here.
Wow.
So Detroit, I mean,
so it's more of the bordering states, like our neighbors, like Detroit, Buffalo, right across the border, right?
From Barrie, from all over.
And you also mentioned now that's gone international. It's not only like the Russian community.
Oh no.
But now you got you got Indians. You said
everybody.
Chinese, Japanese, just all cultures are welcome.
All culture who lives here. Basically everybody. And I'm really glad. It was our goal and we reached it. I'm happy to hear more people. I mean, more international people, whoever who lives in Canada, not only Russians. Because what is point to get everybody else and plus Russian? Because I said, listen, if we try to introduce it, and do the advertising only among the Russian people, they already know about it.
That's right.
What the point? They Russian people, they know about Russian sauna. They came from Russia, of course. Even somebody maybe didn't use it before, but still they have idea,
Right.
But our goal was introduce it to everybody else who never got it, who never knew about it, experienced it, And some people come over. Now we have lots of regular customers, People come over and just say, oh my God, we're first time here, we have no idea what to do.
Yes.
And we did a tour, I explained every single room, how to do this one, and we have a guy who's steaming them, the guy who's steaming people in soak lifts, and he explained and about food, so it's And
See, that's the beauty.
absolutely, yeah,
That's the
happy.
beauty living in this country, right? Because we
Yeah.
get to explore so many different cultures,
Exactly. When
holistic
we live in
wellness.
Russia, I had no idea what does mean sushi.
And
And we came and I love sushi, you know,
That's right.
and like Chinese food.
That's-
I
there you
never
go.
knew, you know,
Yeah.
the time when we left country,
Yeah.
you know, Russia,
Yeah.
1997, especially with small cities. We live in small town.
Right.
I had no idea what does mean sushi or Chinese food or Japanese food or anything Indian food. I never
That's
tried.
right.
Now we can, you know, we every single every single culture what exists in Canada we try.
It's
I
true.
know that my daughter, for example, she loves Indian food. She
Yeah.
loves it. My daughter in Texas, she makes butter chicken.
Oh, is that
she
right?
loves it.
Okay,
you know.
now this is the next part that I want to ask you some questions, Valentina. What is your favorite food? What is your favorite restaurant that you like to try here in Mississauga?
And
Do you have a favorite place that you like to go eat?
sushi is definitely number one. And
Okay.
my
Do you have like a restaurant name? Do you know the name?
Yeah.
What is
yeah,
it
yeah.
called?
We lived in Oakville for 19 years.
Okay.
Yeah, in Oakville we have a sushi place, small sushi.
Okay, but it has
place.
to be Mississauga though.
Mississauga. Okay, Mississauga.
I'm putting you on the spot.
Okay, Mississauga. Oh my God, what kind of Mississauga with lots of
There is
restaurants.
many.
Yeah,
There are
many
many.
restaurants. I love restaurant, Indian restaurant in Square One. I don't
Okay.
remember building exactly. I don't remember name.
Sorry, Indian restaurant you said?
Yeah.
Is it outside of Square One, you mean?
It's outside of.
Is
Square
it near Royal Bank? Is that the one that you're
I
talking?
think so.
Okay, I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah,
Okay,
I love
okay.
this restaurant. But in Mississauga, really big choice. Really
Yeah.
big choice.
Are you happy living in Mississauga?
We lived in Mississauga for 2 years only.
Okay.
You know,
But
yeah.
your business is in Mississauga.
Yeah, my business is Mississauga. Yeah, I know Mississauga
Yeah.
very well, of course. And I love restaurant just across the street.
What's the name of it?
Oh my God, La Castelle. La Castelle. It's
Is it a steak?
steakhouse.
Oh, the steak with the fire.
Yeah,
thing?
yeah,
Oh, I've
yeah,
never
yeah.
been there. Okay, I will have to.
Amazing,
I'm gonna
amazing.
go over there and let them know.
It's absolutely
Yeah.
amazing. First of all, it's amazing building. It's built by, I think it's 40 years they exist here.
Really?
Yeah. It's built by a Greek family. I think a Greek family. It's fourth generation now.
Wow.
Running this, and it was built as a restaurant. Inside, beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. So, and food is absolutely amazing. I love this restaurant.
Wow.
Yeah, and
We have about 3 minutes left.
Okay.
And I hope our listeners really had a chance to appreciate what we have here in Mississauga. So I would definitely encourage everyone, come out. You have to experience the comfortness, the cuisine, experience the banya, the sauna, and is there anything else that you would like to share with our viewers? Our listeners? What else would you like to say? Anything else? I'm putting you on the spot right
okay,
now.
it's not fine. It's fine. It's
Yeah,
fine,
yeah,
guys. You
yeah.
know what I would like to say in what we have now, what is going on in the world.
Yes.
I mean, like big fight because Russian and Ukraine. I just would like to ask my customers, please be smart, be wise. Don't make it worse. Don't make it worse than it is between Russia and Europe, because we are here, I respect every single person in Canada, and especially Russian and Ukraine, we are so mixed up.
Yes.
You have no idea how mixed up. And it's so sad when people fight only because you're Russian and you're Ukrainian. And
right.
Some people now, we're not going to use Russian food or Russian products on Russian service because they're Russians. People just be smart, and I don't feel it. It doesn't affect my business. It's not, I'm saying about it because it doesn't affect my business at all. I have lots of Canadian, I have Russian, and people still come over. Just please don't make it worse than it is now. And we are so mixed. My husband have Ukraine, we have relatives in Ukraine. It's just so sad, and we have to be even more close to each other, and sorry, it's just really sad about talking about it, and we have to support each other as much as possible, guys, as much as possible. Don't separate us, and don't
It's a time for people to come together.
It's time to people
not
come
separate.
together. Not separate.
No divide,
Nothing,
no division.
Yeah, I know we have lots of propaganda everywhere. Just use your brains, use your
make
head,
the right choice.
Make a right choice and make it easier as possible. You know, make it. We have to be close to each other. Doesn't matter what nationality. Yeah,
that's right.
I talk with everybody. You know, I'm talking. I don't have any enemies here. You know, and please don't make enemies because of propaganda or somebody saying you're wrong. Don't
That's right.
You know, because everybody, doesn't matter who you are, what country you're from. We came in Canada by own